Hello everybody and welcome to what could be the World Championship decider. Welcome to the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship here in London. It is round 15 of the campaign out of 16 and we are in for a very, very special event. We can't wait. Now, I'm unhappy, you're unhappy. We've got Formula E going on, but guess what? Oh yeah, we've got Formula 1 sprint race going on right now. And I've always made the decision, Formula E is got a World Championship decider. That takes priority over the Formula 1 sprint race. Formula 1 sprint, that isn't even the main Grand Prix, that's tomorrow. Formula E, which could be a possible championship deciding race. I think I know where I would rather be commentating on right now, and that's right up here in the commentary box. Well, it was an interesting qualifying session as well into it. Evans versus Cassidy was the results, but Evans took pole position but has been given a penalty. He now starts 6th on the grid. It is Cassidy who has now taken over as the top tier pole position runner. So Alonso got on the outside curb at Pironi. By the way, Alonso's out of the race. I've just been told by Megan, who's leading the commentary, and Jess is with her as the safety car is out then in that race on lap 4. But 36 laps ahead of us for ABB FIA Formula E here in London. We're not actually in the main commentary box. This is a green screen. You might be able to tell with a little bit of the angles going on as well in terms of not being completely colour correct on the palettes. But either way, we're getting ready. The light show going on underway here in the XL Centre just before the start of the race. Track temperature, that is up 26 degrees as well. Air temperature is at 23 degrees. Humidity at 49%. It looks to be a very strong event. Fingers crossed it is going to be a fun session. As we get ready to switch over, here we go. It's the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship coming to you from London. It's the XL Centre, and London may be calling, but we'll be calling a world champion by the end of the day. Britain's Jake Dennis has an opportunity to take full honours and clinch the World Championship. All he needs to do is be clear by over 30 points, and he has got it stuck. Hello everyone, Joshua Birchop in the commentary box with you for today's Formula E race as well. Let's take a look around the XL Centre then. We came here back in 2021. It's our third running on this course, and it's our third different version of it as well. The track has changed ever so slightly over the past year as well, just to make sure everything is not just normal, but just a little bit okay, because the systems have required a few changes over the years, and some work going on at the XL Centre has meant that we've had to sort of brush up on a few of these skills as well. I don't know why I look so green as well up here in the commentary box. No, we're on a green screen, but seriously, it could be a little bit better, couldn't it? Here's the starting grid then. Roberto Meri starts in 22nd position. Alongside him is Robin Frines. Then we get Lucas de Grassi alongside Sergio Sette Camara. Jake Hughes is 18th on the grid. Alongside him is Antonio Felix da Costa. Moving further back up on the championship standings as well, Sasha Fenestrat 16th. Andre Lotto lines up 50th. Maximilian Gunther, he lines up 14th. Jean-Eric Verne is 13th. Then Muller starts in 12th with his Eduardo Mortar starting 11th after his interesting qualifying session a couple of weeks ago. Nominato has row 5 in 10th position. Sam Bird, his last weekend, starts 9th on the grid as well. We'll be watching his career with great interest. Stoffel Van Dorn is 8th with Pascal Verline starting in 7th. Top 6 and front 3 rows. Penalty for Mitch Evans as well. Takes him away from pole position and drops him down. Rennie Rast is 5th. Dan Tinctum, home soil, he starts 4th. Can he do anything here today to be any of interest? Let's hope he can. But when he starts 3rd. Front row though, Jake Dennis and Nick Cassidy, the two championship protagonists. You can't write it any other way. Back in the title hunt and back in to see, hopefully, what is going to be an absolutely cracking race. Get in touch with us throughout here on the YouTube stream. We will keep across it all as the action, hopefully, is going to be that of interest as we come over. Pole position for Cassidy as well. That's going to be something to keep an eye on, whether or not he does have to challenge the procedures of the race. It's going to be very, very fun. I'm annoyed that I've missed the F1 sprint race, but This is going to be fun with this one as well. I'd like to say hello as well. Live chat has moved. Hello to Cole, who says hello. And hi, Joshua. Hello. Welcome to you both. Tom Brooks and Darren Franchitti alongside in the commentary box as well. We'll be hearing from them throughout the broadcast. But this is going to be fun. Getting ready for lights out here in London. You can see actually car 11. That's Jake. Is that, yeah, it's Lucas Degrassi down at 10:16. His transponder hasn't actually worked out just yet. Here we go then. We've been around the world in 7 months. It all started in January. It all finishes here. This is round 15 of 16 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship coming to you from London. Who will be the world champion? Cassidy second in the title. He starts second. But it's Jake Dennis in P2 who has his first opportunity to be crowned a world champion. Is it going to be his day? Will we see a difference coming in? Sam Bird starting at the back of the grid. He's taking up a few positions of his time. 9th. And of course we're indoors and all this tyre smoke has got to blow away, but it's not going to filter. The extractor fans are on maximum. But they're not going to start the race with this. This is the one drawback to having a start procedure indoors. It's quite hard to keep across of what's going to happen next. It usually is quite loud in these positions. Cassidy on pole, 36 laps ahead of us. Any safety cars or added time will take through. And it's not clearing. And we're still in this procedure.
They're waiting for the smoke to clear, aren't they? Because of this high grip surface, when they did those burnouts, we got more smoke than normal.
It's clear enough. We're getting ready. The launch procedure of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship is about to get underway. Lap 1 of 36. All 5 lights are on. Lights out in London. Great start from Dennis. Great start from Buemi. Buemi's going to go round the outside coming into turn 1. And Buemi's going to go wheel to wheel. He's had past experience in London of taking out championship rivals. Buemi's on the outside. He's been sandwiched. Buemi's going for Cassidy. Dennis down to 3rd. He needed to win today. He hasn't. Cassidy leads. Buemi, Dennis, Tictum, Rast, Evans, the top 6. Verline in 7th. Van Dorn, Bird, Nato down to 10th. Underneath the bridge we go for the first time in towards turns 7 and 8 and should be okay. Cassidy leads. Buemi, Dennis, Rast coming through. And on board with Jake Dennis, the worst start possible. He's allowed the 2 Envisions to jump up in front of him. There's a move going on as Rene Rast tries to dive to the inside of Dan Tictum, and he's done it. That's Evans passing Tictum too.
Through on the inside.
Okay, I got hit quite a lot in turns 1, 2.
Dennis saying he got hit quite a lot through turns 1 and 2. We'll keep an eye on that if he needs anything changing. There's a lot of wheel spin coming as well. There's a lot of debris being flown up, but Buemi leads the race. Cassidy, however, is going to lead lap 1 of the EPrix here in London. So write him down. He needs to keep this alive for the title. Evans driving to dive up the inside this time of Rast, and Rast's going to have a little bit of contact. Rast nearly losing part of his front wing. Evans can't do anything to capitalise on that. Across the line, the smoke is still there from the start of the race, and Evans trying to go on the inside line. He can't get ahead, and now he's going to be passed as around the outside. That's going to be contact. Evans has got a battle with Tictum. Tictum side by side. Evans late brakes almost touches the back of Rene Rast. Tictum eventually backs out of it. Doesn't want to be going for that manoeuvre. Can't be going for that manoeuvre. And frankly, the right decision to sort of just go whoa, and maybe not have that opportunity and that overtaking opportunity. Wow. So, Cassidy leads on lap 2, followed by Buemi, Dennis, Rast. Then we get Evans, Tictum, Verline down in 7th position as well as they come through into turns 10 and 11, the tight mid part of the circuit. So far, so good, which I'm delighted to say. And now we're going to have to start thinking about the attack modes as well. Remember, it's an 8-minute segment as well. And Buemi looking to the inside, down where attack mode is at turn 16. He's not going to make the move. I thought he might look for it. He looked a bit jumpy. And let's have a replay at the start. So, the lights go out. Watch Dennis. He gets a poor getaway. Buemi launches brilliantly. Cassidy dives across to defend. But Buemi just says, okay, I'll go right round the outside of Dennis into turn 1. But forces him just a little bit of wheel contact. Tictum, it was in a battle with Rene Rast. Rast tried to go on the outside, then become the inside into turn 4. That didn't pay off. Had to think of another way through. Didn't think of another way through. And that was all a catalyst as well. There's the rubbing his way. I don't think Dennis got hit as many times as you think he did. He said he got hit an awful lot. I'm not seeing any bodywork damage contact just yet. No, there's barely anything. There was nothing. There was nothing as they came out into the sun. On board with Dan Ticktum then. And that was a really great launch from Dan Ticktum as well. He properly got it going and properly found out where he needed to be on the track. As they tried to circulate in. And he tried to go on the outside as well. It just didn't work out. So, a little bit of an interesting situation developing. Our driver tracker stopped up at the moment. In fact, it stopped on that too. So hopefully it'll restart shortly. It does that every now and then. We know it does. We've seen it do it to our computers before. Oh, Rast up the inside. Rast getting ahead. And Dennis has dropped back. Van Dorn and Vern and Sete Camera all take attack mode. Van Dorn takes 2 minutes. Vern takes 2. Sete Camera takes 2, so does Degrassi. Frines takes 4 minutes. Merry takes 2. Now Vern's dropped down 2 places as a result of that. I thought that might change up a little bit more, but it hasn't as they come across the line. So Bird takes it, and now Cassidy's having to go defensive because Boemi's looking for a way through on the inside towards turn number 1. Can't find a way through, has to back out of it. So attack modes have been taken. Yellow flag out at turn number 1. So who's gone straight on and wide? And we'll see anything. Track is clear. And Mortara's dropped down a couple of places, so has Lotterer. Lotterer could have been passed by Vern, who's on the attack mode, so watch out there as we get our timing towers back up for you at home watching. So I reckon there was a few situations happening at the moment that I needed to look at. Apparently Hamilton and Perez have touched during the race. I look forward to watching the F1 sprint. I've not missed a race since 2013. Now, technically, I haven't missed this one, but still have to leave the box early. Dive bomb 1.5 further back, as well as Evans, I think, gets past us. Bird passes Ticktum. Bird has passed Ticktum as we ride on board with Jake Dennis. He's got his first opportunity, as I keep saying, to win the title. He's only going to take attack. Oh, I think Dennis is going to look around the outside. He's had a look on Boemi, didn't work out. That is Ticktum taking attack mode. How many did he take? Ticktum takes 2 minutes of attack mode. Van Dorn is losing the attack mode charge now. So he still had a few more times left. Fastest lap of the race keeps changing. Now it's gone down to P9 of Stoffel Van Dorn. So he's changed over a little bit. Cassidy leads, Boemi, Dennis, fastest lap, then in Evans, and look at Boemi looking on the inside of Cassidy. Someone, Boemi will not go for the lead. I'm telling you this now. Boemi will not take the lead away from Cassidy. Remember, Megan told you in qualifying, let's hear Dennis.
Put Ticktum in P8 in attack in 2 minutes.
Ticktum in P8 on attack, 2 minutes, and Mortara and Van Dorn are under investigation for causing a collision. So there's going to be a little bit of an investigation there from the stewards to see if or when the penalty needs to be taken. So Cassidy leads. Gunther's taken 4 minutes of the attack as well, so that's something to keep an eye on. And Boemi now is doing the perfect teammate job. It's full credit to Sebastian Boemi. He is holding up Jake Dennis so Cassidy can get the advantage to take attack mode. Boemi is being the teammate here that he needs to be as Cassidy takes 2 minutes of attack mode and he's perfectly kept the lead of the race. And that was not what Dennis needed. Dennis could not have Boemi jump him at the start. It's exactly what happened. And it's the worst situation that could have happened. We ride on board, looking back from Sebastian Boemi, looking forward with Jake Dennis as they come out of the last corner. Double yellow at turn 19, multi-car crash! Multi-car crash! What's happened in towards turn 1? We've got car 4 and car 11. That's Frines and Degrassi have gone off the track at turn 18 and 19. So we've got 2 cars off. And Hamilton's been given a 5-second time penalty in Formula 1 race. This is Van Dorn making a move on the inside. Oh, Van Dorn! And that is why Mortara dropped back 2 places. That's Van Dorn way too late on the brakes into turn 1 and just collecting Mortara, spun him round 360 and nearly hit Norman Nato. Double yellow is now out at turn 18. They've got going, so I think it's debris that's on the circuit now. Track is now clear. So track clear, which is great news. I was worried, actually. So it looks like it's a cracking sprint race, what Megan's telling me, up here in the comms box. So I'm looking forward to enjoying that later on. Oh, and there's the crash. So it's Sergio Sete Camera into the side of Robin Frines, who goes into the side of Lucas Degrassi. That was a day late and $1 short in the sayings of Martin Brundle. It could have been better, probably should have been better. Coulda, woulda, shoulda is the situation they have to take right now. There's here from Frines.
Definitely should get a good penalty for that tomorrow.
Brian saying that there should definitely be a grid penalty for that tomorrow. I definitely agree with you. Cassidy, 6 minutes of attack. Buemi on 8. Dennis 8. Evans 8. Rast, Verline, Tictum, Bird, Tictum as well. Van Dorn, NATO all up there with faster delta times as they swing out now. And we've lost our race control graphics. That must have gone away. Dennis is in real trouble now. Is that Dennis passed by Evans? It is! Evans has passed Dennis! That is not what needed to happen. Track surface is slippery in turn 18 and 19, but Mitch Evans has got ahead of Jake Dennis, and the championship today is slipping away. There's 4 in the hunt for the title, and as things stand, then we will go down to a last race decider. And Cassidy has now taken both his attack modes. He's taken the 2 minute earlier on in the race. He's now taken the full 6 minutes. Here's the standings. Dennis on 207 points, Cassidy on 196 as it stands.
Today, 20 points to the...
Cassidy.
Did Dennis take attack? Question. Negative. You are the only car in the top 7 to take it.
And that's just what you want to hear if you're...
So yeah, as Dario says, it's just what you want to hear as well. Another thing about anything else, Fenestra's out of attack man. Muller's taken 4 minutes, 3 minutes, or 4 minutes in total for Mary. Camera 4 as well. Mortara's got 50 seconds. This is Dennis. So he's coming out of the XL centre down towards turn 7 and 8. And Evans just dive bombs. And Dennis had to just literally jump out of the way. He didn't even attempt to keep him in position. He just jumped. And Friends and Degrassi is under investigation for causing a collision. I don't think that's really true. It should have been that of Sergio Sette Camera, who came in like a wrecking ball. Cassidy leading. Buemi has not used any of his attack mode yet because he can't. Buemi can't get ahead. Evans is right there too, and Evans is in the title hunt. Buemi's passed. Buemi has taken the lead. Buemi leads. Cassidy's let him through, and Cassidy must have a problem because Evans has got through. Has Cassidy won a problem? Evans to second. Rast is past Dennis. He's down to 5th. What has happened to Cassidy? Yellow flag at turn 17. Yellow at turn 17. So Evans goes to P2. He gets himself now in the championship hunt. What is going on in ABB FIA Formula E? You can't write this stuff. It just keeps changing. It just keeps adapting. Minute after minute, second after second. Yellow flag is still out. But Buemi takes the lead on lap 9 of 36. So Buemi takes the lead. Cassidy led 8 laps in total. Well, remember that. Let's have a look at Dennis. Now, this is him on the radio. Oh, he's trying to go on the outside to take a time, but he missed it. He missed it. He missed the attack mode. Oh, I don't believe it. What a rookie mistake. Crucial World Championship points are being thrown away. And it was Dennis who just missed it. DaCosta in 12th, Lotter in 13th, Muller 14th. And that is Buemi taking attack mode. Evans takes the lead. Buemi's come out ahead of Cassidy though, I think. He has. So Buemi's now going to have to let Cassidy through, and Cassidy's going to have he's done it now. Yep, Cassidy on the inside. Oh, Buemi shuts the door! I don't think Buemi's been playing the team game all day. I don't think he knew he was there, to be fair. I generally don't think he was there. On board with Jake Dennis, looking down. And now Buemi's trying to take the lead. It's so treacherous. The yellow flag is still out. Turn 17 and 19. We can't work out why. There's no one stopped. Verstappen has won the sprint race. Here's Evans.
Let's wait, let's play.
Copy. You know what to do with deploy masks.
Let's wait, let's play. Well, that's pretty much going to be the situation. You have to be finding yourself in throughout this EPrix. As Evans continues to charge. Oh, TV pictures freeze. That's always the nice thing to do. Are they back with us? Yes, they are. As Evans continuing to try and challenge. So far, nothing. Still yellow flag out there on the circuit. Track apparently is clear. So I don't know why it keeps coming out, but Buemi's got 40 seconds left of attack mode. Side by side, that's Evans. And Bird too. Bird trying to take the attack mode. I don't think it's going to work out as the way you think it's going to do. And look at Dennis. Dennis now trying to go around the outside versus Cassidy. They're touching. Cassidy forced Dennis's wide. And there's contact. Dennis on the inside. And Dennis forcing his way through ahead of Cassidy. Oh boy. The two in the championship wheel to wheel. And now Cassidy's been lost out to Rast. Rast in towards turn number 1 and takes Dennis. Dennis passes Cassidy, but he doesn't get ahead. Oh, in terms of position, he stays where he is and he put Cassidy behind him. And Cassidy still has 90 seconds of attack mode left. That wasn't smart from Dennis. Dennis panicked a bit. No further action between Mortaro and Van Dorn's contact. He panicked. He absolutely panicked. Didn't expect it. He just didn't. Look at that. Dennis, 207 points. Cassidy, 181. Evans on 180. Now, by my quick mental calculations, that's a 26-point gap.
Because they know he's in trouble.
He's just now gonna. Okay, he's gonna give Rast a race.
Dennis needs to be more than 29 points ahead to win the title here today. As Evans takes 6 minutes. Buemi went for it. Buemi missed attack mode. Buemi missed attack mode. It's happened to him as well. It happened to Dennis. It's happened to him. And now Evans is under attack by Rene Rast for the lead of the race. Rast has taken 6 minutes. He's got 3 minutes 12 of that left. He's also got a further 2 minutes left of attack mode. So has Evans. Buemi's still got 6 but can't take it. Now Cassidy's under pressure. He's got no attack mode left. And Dennis has got the maximum of 8. As we see side by side, Dennis, I think, has just passed. But when he tried to pass Buemi, Cassidy tried to repass him. That didn't work out. It is utter chaos here in ABB FIA Formula E, and Michael Andretti may well look a bit worried because he's going to have to go into towards tomorrow. This is Dennis. Look at that. It was such a stupid decision. He was round the outside. He had nowhere to go. Why he didn't back out, I don't know. Cassidy forced him wide, and then Dennis had to take a sharp left-hander into the turn. It was never on. It was never on. Because it gave Rast an attack down the straight, and now Cassidy's massively out of position. Attack mode has been taken for Tictum for 6 minutes. Van Dorn has got 4. And Evans has now taken the lead. I forgot about that. Evans takes the lead, and there goes the attack mode for Tictum. So Evans leads. It's getting complicated. Like in Rome. So he took that. When did he take that? Lap 11, didn't he? No, lap 12. So only 3 laps of Buemi led. Evans leads this one. And let's hear from Dennis.
Into 19, team radio.
Pascal also has both attacks to play.
Look at Cassidy. Cassidy looking around the outside of Dennis in towards turn 1. The 2 championship rivals again. And Cassidy's not going to give out. Dennis isn't either. And there's contact. And Cassidy still holds it round the outside. And Dennis is going to have to squeeze him. And Buemi's playing the team game as well by holding up Dennis. And Cassidy's back through. Oh, Dennis is getting mugged by the 2 Envisions, and there's contact between the pair of them. This championship will not be peaceful. Do not go quiet into that good night, is what they're basically trying to say. Evans leads, 3 minutes 40 on his attack mode left. Rast getting in there too. You just cannot write this race. It is changing again and again. This is much better than the F1 sprint race was. Unbelievable. Trying to come through on the board. Well, Evans, we got that penalty, so Evans back in the front. Here's the radio. Buemi.
Okay, then we need a gladiator again. But I tried to slow down Dennis.
Buemi's playing the team game. He's been there before when his teammate Nicholas Prost helped him win the title in season 2. Admittedly, De Grassi sort of went over the top of Buemi, but we gloss over that in London. So it's another title fight now. Look at this. Evans having to go defensive. Rast trying around the outside. Here's Cassidy.
No, he's still not.
Cassidy's still not going to go ahead. And now Rast is trying to go around the outside. Needs to be battled with attack mode. Cassidy's trying to pass Buemi as well. You can't just change this race. It is once again chaotic. Rast is desperate. He's only got 10 seconds left of his attack mode. He wants to get past. He needs to get past. He's not being allowed past. And everybody is just going to absolute hell. What a race. And now, Cassidy looking to the inside of Buemi. Still nothing. Still nothing on the inside line. Rast desperate to pass Evans as they come down towards turn 16. Evans leads. Rast, Buemi, Cassidy, Dennis, Verline, Bird, Van Dorn, ticked in the top 10. No, Gunther now in 10th. Da Costa's dropped back to 11th. No one taking attack mode this lap. Oh, Gunther's going on the inside, ticked up for 9th. That's it, let's have a look at Dennis. And this was him at turn 1. Now watch his radio as well.
Man, I need a wingman with a Pascal.
Pressure now.
Yeah, Buemi was literally backing up. He was doing everything he possibly could to keep that roll of the dice in play. And now there's Cassidy trying to go on the outside of Buemi. Buemi's not going to make it easy on his teammates. Sebastian Buemi needs to make this easy on Nick Cassidy, and he's not. I think Buemi's forgot about playing the team game. It's now basically all about me. It's me. Cassidy needs to pass him. He's got no attack mode left. Buemi needs to play the game here. He's got 6 minutes. He needs to hold up Dennis. He's got 8. And Cassidy's got a broken front wing! Cassidy's broken his front wing! And Cassidy is out! Cassidy is out! He hit the back of Buemi! Buemi has put his title rival out! And Jake Dennis is the Formula E champion! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Buemi has put his teammates out! Despite doing all that, that is Sebastian Buemi fired! Fired! You cannot believe it! And Buemi's gone second! Buemi has taken his own game after saying all weekend long I was going to help my teammate. He said, screw that, I'm going to put him out of the race! And Dennis, on 205 points, he's 25 clear of Evans. He needs to be 29. Ideally 30 points. And then 29 or better because he's got more wins than Evans. Let's have a look. So this is Buemi through turns 7, 8 and 9. Cassidy's already damaged his front wing though. And it was due to the contact coming through turns 1 and 2. We need to go earlier in the race. And look, Cassidy knows it. Sebastian Buemi, you've just signed your own P45. Well, Buemi got crashed into in London Season 2. Now he's crashed into his own teammate and destroyed a championship.
A bit of debris as well.
Yeah.
Oh!
So
Cassidy is speechless and the safety car is deployed. The safety car is out. Slippery surface on turn 16 and the safety car is out. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's a huge bit of debris. Huge debris. Oh, and it's been hit by everybody. There's a front wing end plate. It's been hit by everybody underneath the grandstand section at turn 16 and 17. And the safety car is called. But it was out. They should have been prepared for it. They should have been told where it was. And now, huge contacts between everybody. My goodness. Safety car deployed. And a chance to regroup in this absolute insane race. Let's take a listen to Cassidy. This is how he did it. Now watch. Cassidy's going to go around the outside. And here comes Buemi. Look, here's the contact. Ready, steady, and bang. Where is the contact? Turn 4. At the exit, Buemi's going to drive into him. And there it is. Buemi chops him off and damages the wing. Sebastian Buemi. I do not believe it. I think that is just about the most shocking thing I've seen him do in a very long time in ABB FIA Formula E. There was just no need. There was absolutely no need for him to do that. Contact on the front. And wow. Look at Michael Andretti. He doesn't know whether to laugh or cry about it. Still, safety car out. I'll keep going. Look at that. Everyone at Andretti knows. Everyone at Andretti knows that they only need a few more points. Evans leads, Buemi second. Wouldn't it be funny if Buemi took the lead away from Evans? He wouldn't have enough points. Which means if Buemi wins this race, he would have directly helped Dennis, not Cassidy. Because it would be taking points away from Evans, which would keep the championship hunt alive. But either way, that has put Cassidy out of title hunt tomorrow. Let's hear from Dennis.
Common sense in this garage, guys. Come on. I had the perfect opportunity. Had the meeting last night, and it's gone.
Oh. Well, Jake, you're in the hunt for the title here, my friend, and you've got a pretty good launch about how you need to go with it. I wouldn't be shouting and screaming at the engineers if I were you, because I think you've got a brilliant opportunity here to take your first win of the, well, first ever championship, world championship as well. coming in. Let's check in with what the guys think up in the commentary box, actually, while we're under the safety car.
Round, so definitely no counting their chickens right now. Very aware in a fraction of a second. So you can see it all go wrong. Well, you can see the most energy efficient car.
I did the right thing for the team because that's what I've done all year. Copy that.
Oh.
Nick. So
Oh, I did the right thing for the team, the right thing I've done all year. My goodness me. So that's going to be even more contact. You just don't know what to do anymore, do you? What an unbelievable situation. Let's go back over.
It's just, you know, it's very confusing, and it's not a nice way. I mean, we know he's leaving the team after tomorrow. It's not a nice way for him to leave the team on that sort of note, isn't it? But, you know, at a point where they could have ended it in a good way, fighting for the championship.
Absolutely,
but they've thrown it away.
Buemi helped out this morning in qualifying. Yeah. That was what a good teammate would do. But again, these guys are going for the team's championship too, and they've just blown it.
So we'll have a bit of more team radio from Jake Dennis in a couple of moments' time, which will be interesting to hear what his thoughts are a little bit later on in this race, now that it's all unfolded with Nick Cassidy right at the back of the field. He's on the back of Edo Mortara for 18th place. So Nick Cassidy with a lot of work to do. Safety car, of course, is going to bunch the field up. No sign of it coming in as of yet, as they clear the debris.
I say, great job from Max Gunter. We talked about his front wing being a bit damaged, but he's up to 7th from 14th.
Yeah, he is.
Start. Good job from him in the Maserati.
Yeah, really impressive for Max Gunter. Yeah, you can see there, DaCosta's also made good ground. He's up 8 places from his starting position. And now inside the points in the second of the Porsches.
Evans is in a really interesting position here because, you know, if he wins this, and if Dennis drops a couple of places, you know, Evans is then suddenly within 20 points going into tomorrow, and it's still game on then, isn't it?
How quickly the tables can turn in Formula E is not lost on me, because
if Pascal's really that bothered about a P4, I'll give him a
Okay, everybody, safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
So that's Scott Elkin, race director, saying the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So we're about to go green flag racing at the start of lap 19. Mitch Evans is going to lead the field across the timing line, followed by Buemi, René Rast and Pascal Wehrlein, and already...
And we're under green flag conditions, and the race is back underway. Evans leads across the line then. The race is back underway, but then we get Buemi, Rast, Wehrlein, and that was a very late call to restart the race. Insanely late to have a green flag come back out on the track. Lap 19 of 36. And Evans has led since lap 12, so well, we will have added time due to the safety car. I think an extra lap will be on the board. Don't think it'd be that unusual to see an extra lap, would it? At London in Formula E. As they come streaming down now towards turn 10, 11 and 12. Evans leads through bright sunshine now. The rain that we had earlier on in the day disappeared, and it's not like in Formula 1. It won't come back either. We've got a beautiful way to end this day. It's 5:30 here for the EPrix. It's one of the best we've seen. Attack mode has now been taken. Lotterer, Hughes, de Grassi. Now Lotterer and Hughes, well, they've all taken different times, you can see. And Lotterer takes it. Now look at that. Dennis on 205 points. Evans on 108, that's 25 points. It needs to be 30. Get 3 points for pole position, plus 1 for fastest lap. So that takes it up to the 29. So you need to be 30 or more to be world champion. We'll tell you if that happens. I'm trying to work it out on my own as well, in case... Has Evans had more wins this year than Dennis? Yes, he has. So he won't even work with a count back. It needs to be 30 points or more, which means Dennis needs to get ahead. Dennis needs to finish on the podium. Dennis needs to finish on the podium. That is the situation we are seeing ourselves in right now in this extraordinary Formula E race here in London. As we're on board now with Buemi as he forces his way through the test for his radio.
Okay, tell me. I need to know, guys. If I don't know... Copy that. Man, what happened now with his front wing?
Listen to the distress in Buemi's voice.
Buemi doesn't know what to do. Well, and Buemi's trying to go for the lead. Buemi needs to take Evans. But again, the team game has failed. The team game has really had a problem. Why are there so many streets today? It's so confusing what's happened. Why are they racing around a conference centre? Because Ed Hunter got a group of people together and said they didn't like racing in Battersea Park. True story as well. And we moved to the XL Centre, and there's so many races on today because it's just one of the busiest weekends of the year. That's why I didn't do the F2 sprint, so the F1 sprint, and that's why I'm here right now. But there's all sorts of drama because we've got people taking attack mode. Costa, Nato, Tictum, Fenestra's Lotto all getting in positions. Nato passes to Costa, Fenestra's passes Tictum as well, as you try to come through it as well and just change this insanity of a race that is developing. You do not know where to look next. As Hugh, well, what's happened to Tictum and Mortara? They've dropped back massively here in the race. I can't even work out why they've disappeared down the timing screen. It's just happened all of a sudden. Here's Boemi. What's he done? Is this Boemi's on board to Cassidy's front wing? So basically, Cassidy's down in basically 16th because Boemi, who was his teammate, chopped him off and knocked off his front wing. So Cassidy, all that good work, starting on pole position, leading the opening laps, him and Boemi working together, all been thrown away by the fact that Boemi chopped him off at turn 3. And now Dennis has a chance to win the title. If you've just come over from Formula 1, welcome. Megan, Jess and the guys have been talking through that one as well. Hopefully it was good. Bird has taken attack. Bird's taken 2 minutes of attack. NATO's taken 6 minutes. Costa took his 6, but he's got 5 left. Then we get Hughes, got 4 left. Same for, well, 3 left for Hughes, 3 left for Grassi, 2 for Lotterer. Here, he's taken across the board as well. Oh, it's so tricky to keep across. Lotterer's got 4 minutes, he's taken 4 and 4. So Lotterer's gone half and half. Let's hear from Jay Dennis.
The distress in Michael Andretti's face.
My attack mode doesn't work.
Dennis is saying his attack mode doesn't work, and that's 8 full minutes he can't use, and if he can't use it, he'll get a penalty. So this incredible championship is still not over yet, as Megan just walks past my commentary box, and I know what she's going to say about Fernando Alonso being out of the race and being out of the race. Megan, we've got a yellow flag on the track down at turn 4. Don't know why yet. Here's Dennis. So we've got it. I'm going to have to hold you there because we might have a safety car. Dennis has got someone off at turn 4. Someone's off at turn 4 with a yellow. Now Dennis's attack mode is not working. So we've got, is it Cassidy and the 36? So is that is, who's taking off? Is that Lotterer? Yeah, so Lotterer's in trouble. Megan's face is just on the stream. Say hello to everybody. Give us a wave. Hello on the call. And that is Dennis coming back from attack mode and it not working. And Lotterer and Tictum under investigation. Right, Megan's here in the comms box as well. How was that calling the race? We have to be very quick because got overtakes. Dennis trying to go to the outside. Dennis trying to take attack mode once more. And this time it activates an arms and he comes out just ahead of Stoffel Van Dorn. Van Dorn meantime side by side. He's having a battle with Sam Bird and Bird wins out on that one. Megan, how was that one?
It was okay. I'll let Jess call the end of the race.
And Dennis on the inside. He's trying to get ahead of Max Gunther for 5th position. Dennis has taken the full 6 minutes to begin with.
Me and Jess said something at the same time.
It's not happening. Let's hear from Bird
as well.
Needs to go closer to the...
Dennis saying you need to get closer to him. I can see why. Well, Megan, thank you for today. I'm sorry you can't call this Formula race. You're welcome to stay and watch. I know Fernando crashed. Fernando crashed on this, but I know. Go on. Oh, contact! Someone's in the wall! Someone's in the wall! There was debris coming down. I think it's one of the DS Penske's. I think it's... let's have a look. I can't see on the timing screen who it was. Lotterer could be down there in 18th place. NATO's got damage. Lap 23 and 36. Well, let's hear from DaCosta.
Poor choice of words.
Completely, please.
Big choice.
Megan's now also just pointed to Cassidy, yeah, but when we hit him, his own teammate. And yeah.
Was he feeling...
Cassidy's out! Cassidy is fully out of the race! No chance of points! His World Championship hunt is over! Unbelievable! And Boemi, I would go and hide. There is a punch in your face coming.
I bet that's revenge for earlier.
Yeah, well, he played the team game all weekend long and it hasn't worked out now. Can't believe it. Look at the energy. Boemi's got 42 to 7 from Dennis. This is time we're going to turn 1.
What's the minimum I can finish? It's 6 points.
Yeah, 6 points.
6 points. That's the minimum, isn't it? You need to have as many points as possible. Cassidy is furious. Oh, he gives a wave. Oh, he's okay. He's putting on a sporting face. Well done to Cassidy. Sorry, what's going on? Can we have some space, please?
Maybe. Cassidy there asking for the cameraman to just vacate.
Give him the space, give him the space.
Pit box. Clear for...
Yeah, give him the space, guys. Give him the space. It's a private conversation. You don't need to have it all there. Gergelli, I hope I pronounced your name right as well. Gregory, I'm sorry, I can't see on the small screen on the timings this time. Come on, Evans and Jaguar, I believe. I hope Bird can make up a few more places. Bird's 77th. Attack mode for Verline. Verline takes it. Comes down in between. No, Verline's missed it. Verline's missed attack mode. Verline has let Dennis through for absolutely nothing. So Dennis goes into P4. I know we're not usually in this commentary box, but hopefully your experience isn't too different as to what you've experienced beforehand here on JB Motorsports. And I do apologise for the differences in the streams. We'll be fine tomorrow. But Wemmy just staying in P2. He's got to keep... Well, Dennis now in 4th. So that's another 2 points added to the list. He needs to be 29 clear. Currently he's 27 clear. So it's still... Yeah, look at that. Yeah, 27. 207 points for Dennis. Evans on to 180. So he needs to be 29 or 30 clear. That's the understanding as I know it up here in the commentary box, as in of the amount of points he needs to be separated before we start taking in the differences of opinions. And a 5-second time penalty for Andre Lotterer for causing a collision. He was down in last place anyway, so not much difference there, unfortunately, for him. Evans keeps on pushing, so Evans now up to 2nd place in the title. Cassidy goes to 171, that's 36 points back. So Cassidy is out of World Championship contention unless Jake Dennis fails to finish. If Dennis doesn't finish this race, that's it. There's another 2 minutes left in his attack mode as we see he's battling Norman Nato, nearly forcing drivers into the wall as well. It's just getting chaotic out here as well. You don't know where to look next in this insane EPrix. And there's more action going on further back as well, as we get Mary and Mortara battling, and Degrassi in there too, trying to go around the outside. And now to the inside line as well, a little bit of a lock up and a little bit of a push, and there's a front wing loss there for one of the Neos, and it must be Dan, well, it's got to be Dan Tictum. It has to be Dan Tictum, because he's the one further down. It could be Sergio Sensei Kamara. We'll keep an eye on that one. There's Cassidy. They've retreated back to a safe distance as Cassidy vents to his engineers. Understandably so, he's just lost a world championship by his own teammate. That is the hardest thing ever.
Lip reader for that conversation here.
He's really angry with the cameraman.
Threshold risky one with Pascal.
Yeah, I can't take it though, can I?
Cassidy is really angry with that cameraman.
So the team there just saying, I guess, some kind of power map or strategy for Jake Dennis, and saying that, you know, it's great, but he can't take...
Oh, around the outside, what a move coming from Bird, passing Nato and trying to get to Costa as well, side by side. Bird's on the inside line. Nato's come back at him. Nato fasts his way back through too. Some amazing racing between the midfield runners here. Dennis has got 26 seconds left, and Bird's trying to go on the outside and lose. Oh, and Bird damages his front wing. He hit something in the middle of the track, and now Bird's having a few issues. Oh no, yeah, he's damaged his front wing. He hit part of the debris in the middle of the track. And then Nato's got some damage as well. One of his rain lights out on the back, bottom left. So keep an eye on that. If there needs to be a change between the two. Evans, Boemi, Rast, Dennis, Verline, DaCosta, Nato, Bird, Gunther, Van Dorn top 10, Tati Camera, Fenestraz, Mortara, Degrassi, Mary, and Steph and Dennis again.
Tell Porsche if they want my help tomorrow, Dak has to do that.
If they want my help tomorrow, so if they want my help tomorrow, they've got to let him through? What? That's because Jack... Oh, let's see, Porsche Powertrain, that would be... akin to... Well, it's not Jaguar, is it? So I don't... What's going on there then? As Nato looks up the inside, and Nato nearly hits the side of DaCosta. So DaCosta, I think, has been told he's got to get ahead here. But Evans leading the race is not doing well. Bird is closing in around the outside as well. And now we're seeing Verline trying to pass Dennis. Verline's on the inside. Dennis takes a wide line. They're side by side. Verline's got the inside line down towards turn number 1. Dennis on the outside. They cut corners again. Dennis goes a little bit low on the brakes. Rast goes defensive. Dennis tries to go on the other side of Rast. But Verline has kept it somehow around the outside line. Brings on the inside to 3 and 4. They're side by side. Dennis nearly in the wall. Dennis going to get forced out if he's not careful. There's a bit of body robbing. And Dennis stays ahead of Verline. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful racing here in London. It is pitch perfect here at the XL. Imagine if Boemi wins, says the rookie. That's what we thought. That's what we honestly thought. Imagine he wins. The drama that would happen. think Cassidy might actually go on a spree of some sort. Use your own imagination for that one. Yellow flag, turn 16, that's where we're coming at now. What's happened? Oh, that's Dennis taking attack mode. He comes back on okay. Oh, contact! Huge accident! Car in the wall. I can't see who it is yet, but it's Fenestraz. He's dropped down. Car straight into the wall and a very big accident. Dennis is on a battle as well with NATO and the safety car is deployed. Safety car is out. Sasha Fenestraz has gone very heavily into the wall down at turn 16 and that is a huge accident. He's okay. I can see his head moving. But he's gone straight into the Tech Pro barrier. That is a huge accident. It's a brake failure. I'm categorically confirmed that's a brake failure.
The barrier at turn 16. Car in the barrier, turn 16.
Just
That's
when you
Scott
think
Elf.
this race can't have any more twists and turns.
Under safety car conditions, but the safety car is not on track.
So we're under safety car conditions, but the safety car is not out on the track. That's an interesting decision. I didn't expect that to fly up here in the race. As I suppose we should. I'm just going to change over because I just realised something. So yeah, a little bit interesting battle. I just realised Megan's no longer in the commentary box, which means I can have it. Let's hear from the radio.
Dennis now 5th. What's happened to Da Costa?
Da Costa's dropped back massively, yeah.
But he's taken an attack.
Verline's 13th.
Right, here it is. Watch Fenestraz.
Yeah, something's happened to Verline here.
So let's see if we can see what's happening with Sasha.
So let's have a look. Fenestraz is further behind. Fenestraz is going to come in all late. Oh, and he's hit the barrier as well. This might be a red flag, you know. I'm convinced this might actually stop the race. It's such a heavy accident. And it's not just like it's a light tap on the brakes. It is a proper head-on accident into the wall. As we've just changed over now as well, as we're under safety car conditions. And remember, we can actually just transfer back over from YouTube and transfer over to the Channel 4 TV pictures because Megan's not there.
The car, and it's been getting worse.
So it just makes more sense, doesn't it? Because, you know, instead of being on YouTube and having it buffer every 5 seconds, Megan's out the box now, so I can just take a look at the main pictures, which is so much better up here. I mean, I could transfer down to the main commentary box, but nothing is set up ready, and it's lap 30 of 36. So, yeah. Fenestraz went up in the air, says Josh T. Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? That was a huge accident. As we ride with Dennis.
That's the
Let's have a listen on board.
He's got, I suppose, an opportunity here with René Rast with that front wing damage. If he can utilise that to his advantage, leapfrog Da Costa, and then if Rast, well, you don't know, he might end up having to pit.
That's simple, right?
I mean, but try and put the bones out of this one.
Tantalisingly close for him, isn't it? Yeah, the back of the Porsche.
Yeah, with a bit of damage on it as
the
well.
The rain light, the floor, to create some of the downforce is looking a bit second-hand as well.
Da Costa's been the driver of the day, hasn't he? You know, for a track that's hard to overtake.
And Sasha Fenestraz gets a round of applause as he is out of the car. And a big run around. Fantastic to see him out, actually. And he looks to be okay. Will this red flag the race, is my question. With the new design, the Gen 3 car, there's been so many up-in-the-air crashes, I don't like it, says Josh T. Yeah, you're right. Really has. Josh T, you're one of our broadcasters. Everything good? Mic good? Track audio good? All good? Let's hear from Dennis.
This is a joke. He just tried to climb in the wall.
Da Costa's rear rain light has been destroyed, says Josh T. I think you're right, actually. Fenestraz out then. Lap 30 of 36. There's the track audio. Wondering where it was, actually. Could barely hear it over my ears. Looking at Hughes, front wing damage, all is good. Fantastic. There's Michael Andretti walking away, punching a wall. He knows how much this race is going to drop away from him. Dennis now 5th, remember, in this race. So trying to work it out. And Sasha Fenestraz is A-OK. That's great news. So there might be some residual damage for him tomorrow. Keep losing track audio for some reason. It's not us, it's them. Let's hear from Berline.
Okay, Pascal, there'll be no additional laps, no more additional laps to pass the threshold.
Oh, okay, so there's no additional laps. We've passed the threshold, so this race is going to end on 36. Is that the interpretation of the rule? I don't believe it is. pit lane.
Feeling the communal emotion in the Andretti garage is, I mean, it's infective. I can feel it. It really is something special. Every single moment that's happened on track, the reaction from this garage is unbelievable. Just that moment there with the Porsches, there was uproar. It was, what are these guys doing? These are meant to be our manufacturer teammates. But yeah, Andretti going and having a chat, you can see it's clearly not happy about what's going on here.
Well, we're trying to work out. He's 5th, and he can't win the title because everyone's going to win the race. So there's no way that's going to work out. Yeah, the front wing completely gone there. VSC in FE, that's new. Yeah, well, it's a full safety car. We need to have full course yellows out there too. The barrier is going to need repairing within 5 laps. I think this might be behind the safety car. Let's have a look at Verline. And this is him at... Oh, Verline got punched off into turn 1 by, I believe, Tictum. So that's... who is it? There's Verline.
Self trying to keep him behind.
Oh, it's Rast!
He hit the curb. I think Rast hit the inside curb and that bounced him off into...
Yeah, so Rast bounces off and hits. Yeah, and that was under safety car. Was that when the safety car got called out? I'm not too sure. So that's why we've got no front wing on half these cars. You can't work out... This race has had so many turning points. It is impossible to think. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to a red flag to call the race, you know, because that barrier is going to need a lot of repair work. And is Edward Hunter there? Anyone see Edward Hunter? Our commentator down there? I don't think I can. Yeah, but full safety car, no, SC deployed. Is there full SC, but VSC? Yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah. Safety car is out on the track now. So it was a full safety car without the safety car on the track, but the Porsche has now joined the circuit, so we are still going to be there. So a lot of bodywork damaged, a lot of pieces broken, a lot of systems that are going to need repairing ahead of tomorrow. Rast has got no front wing now, by the way, just to let everybody know. He's completely lost that. What a great day. This is made up family. Do you know, I've never been... Red flag. And the red flag is out, and the ABB FIA Formula EPrix London race has been red flagged on lap 32 of 36. Back-to-back red flags, and that is Rast coming to a stop. But the barrier damage is too much down there at turn 16.
All right, team managers, let's remember how this works. Park in front of your garage and park for main conditions unless your car needs repaired, and then you can go into the garage.
So we're going to go for a restart. Are we going for a restart?
Right. The red flag is thrown then. Drivers go back into the garage. They're able to make any repairs.
Are we going to restart?
That they need to.
Surely
this is
not.
What we had in Rome, albeit in slightly less dramatic
Are we going to
circumstances.
restart? Let's have a listen.
So drivers can come into the pits. They can make some changes
red flags out.
To their car. I say dramatic circumstances.
I was going to say,
in inverted commas.
Sasha Fenner's transit was fairly dramatic.
We're going to restart this, aren't we?
So, Michael Andretti, well, thankfully he's calmed down a little bit compared to where he was earlier on.
I think he's beaten the Porsche garage. Have a little word.
So there's the live drivers' point standings, as you can see. 205 points for Dennis, 180 points for Mitch Evans. Third or better is where Dennis needs to finish. At the moment, if they decided to call a result now, it wouldn't be enough for Dennis, and it would go down to the wire for round 16 here tomorrow.
Right, so...
Oh, this is crazy, isn't it?
Those who have got damage, which includes presumably René Rast, can now get the damage repaired and put a different front wing on. But if the race had been red flagged, because he pulled over, that's what I'm trying to work out. Where would René Rast restart? Because he pulled over.
He's still showing
just as the red flag.
Has he got restarted? If so, then yes.
But it's got now it's showing pit, so...
Yeah, so I'm a bit confused as to where he will restart.
Well, that's Jake Hughes, his teammate, just coming down the pit lane then, because he's got a front wing attached. It's quite easy to spot the difference between the two. So, René Rast, if he was stopped on track, then that'll be it. But as you say, it says he's in the pit lane according to the time screen. Arm Bobbiart, yeah, he's in the pit lane now then.
Yeah, but now he's at the back of the pack, even though...
Basically, he shouldn't have stopped.
Yeah. Odd decision, really.
So... changes that are going to be needed to be made to repair that car means that he's going to drop out. So that's one fewer driver for Jake Dennis to have to deal with at least, which he'll be relatively pleased with.
He's just got to deal with Norman Nato, Sam Bird, Stoffel Van Dorn and Max Gunther behind him
exactly.
before the end of the race, because they're all going to be trying to charge forwards.
We're in for a 4-lap sprint as well, aren't we?
But the thing is, as well, is that Mitch Evans and Sebastian Buemi have still got attack mode available to them. So the field's going to be relatively bunched up. That's the important thing to note here.
Okay, everybody, this is race control. Information from race control. Clearly, the Tech Pro repair is going to take a little bit longer than we anticipated. That's the reason for the red. I'll give you guys a heads up as to when we're going to go back. I would say that drivers can get out of the cars if you'd like. Drivers may get out of the cars, and I'll give you all a fair warning as to when this is going to happen.
Okay, so that's the voice of Scott Elkins, race director.
I think I'm going to sit down. I've been standing up. You've got me standing up. Commentary.
You probably need to sit down after that.
At my age, absolutely.
So, okay, so drivers now into the pits, some getting out of the car, including Jake Dennis as well.
At this point, this is when Jake Dennis probably, some of the drivers are going to go up to the teams and say,
what's going on? Yeah.
What? Can you explain that to me? And Buemi's going to be going into his garage saying, what's going on? How did you put me in that position?
Right, so Dennis then into pit lane, now just out the back having a quick chat with a member of his team. Clear frustration on the body language there of Jake Dennis. He was driving incredibly well. I mean, he was very unlucky with those two attack modes that failed to activate, and you wonder, had that not been the case, would it have changed his race?
He's also got to take responsibility for missing the attack modes. He knows where the sensors are. He was on the track walk. He knows exactly where the sensors are, where he's got to position the car. He practiced it in the 2 practice sessions. So he's got to take some responsibility. The other stuff, he was out there on his own, and everybody else had teammates to help gang up on him.
Okay, so Mitch Evans then in the pit box for Jaguar TCS Racing, leading the race when the red flag came out. So lap 32 out of 36, the red flag was thrown. Now this is Rene Rast in some strife. He pulled over, as you can see, when the red flag came out, but he was still classified in 3rd at the point of the red flag. Let's head down to Saunders and see if we can try and make some headway on what's happening.
Yeah, so we've seen that incident there between Rene Rast and Pascal Wehrlein, but we have to talk about where we are now. We're seeing the we're seeing the Porsche and the Andretti coming together, and a little bit of a friction there. We saw Michael Andretti running into the back of the garage. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it was an exciting race until now. A lot of things happened. We were continuously running with Pascal and Jake on the Andretti side in the top spots. Antonio, fantastic race and great maneuvers, closing the gap to them and also within the fight there. And we fight for the team championship. Clearly Jake for the driver's title. We try to support each other best possible. And what happened here in turn 1 now with René, it's tough to swallow because this move was for me not acceptable and there needs to follow something. But still, some laps to go and everything possible.
So purely for the layman, how does it work in terms of the relationship? Is it a discussion that happens before, if we get into this, we will do X, or is it purely race relevant?
No, we are every lap in contact and we sort out these topics just in time.
And now, obviously, Pascal, the red flag kind of works in his favour. There's a chance to fix whatever you can fix and get him back out there.
Yeah, this we have to decide now. At the moment, damage is. This we have to decide now. At the moment, damage is checked because if you have to repair the car, you need to go in the garage and start in the back of the field. And we will try to survive like that. But he was pushed out of a top 5 result, which would be important for us in the team championship. And now we are on the back foot with his car.
Certainly dramatic. Thank you, Florian.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it. That's the strategy from Porsche. Basically, they're fighting for teams championship, which is fair enough because that is ultimately where the money is. That's, points win prizes in Formula E when it comes to the teams championship. So Chris Hoy, you're joining us now. I know you were at the top of the show when you had a good chat with Jake earlier on in the week, giving him some good advice. You can hear, though, the tension on the team radio. You know, this is a very different race for Jake Dennis. What is he going through right now, given the fact that we've got a few laps to go, and now he has a pause in the middle of his race?
It feels like he's lived an entire championship already today. You know, he's had the highs and lows the whole way through, and I think he's just got to try and stay calm about all the chaos around him, focus on what he has control over.
Can I ask you about this moment here? Because we got a red flag. There's a pause in the action. The adrenaline is going down. The heart rate's coming back down because you're out of the car. You guys have that in cycling. You know, you go off, you do a race, then you come back, and I see you with your headphones on, you're cooling down, and getting. How do you go through that process of, you know, come back down and then build yourself back up again?
I think you have to physically calm yourself down. You have to pay attention to your hydration, to your physical fueling. But I think mentally, you're visualizing the perfect outcome. You're focusing on the process of what you need to do to be the best you can be and not worrying about the outcome, not thinking about anything other than the process of what you have to do.
And do you also have to sort of forget what's happened before and look to the next one?
Yeah, exactly that. It's living in the moment, it's resetting, and it's focusing on the here and the now. And that's all that Jake can do.
Sorry, I've taken your job here. So.
Oh, no, it's absolutely fine. No, I'm just trying to think of...
You know, I'm a super fan, that's why.
Where do we start on picking what's already happened on track today? You know,
Envision?
we knew it was going to be a kind of crazy end to this season, but ultimately... Yeah, I mean, Envision strategy. What's going on there? I mean, it's potentially cost them the championship between Sebastian Buemi and Nick Cassidy.
Honestly, I still can't understand it, because there was a point there where Cassidy would have shuffled to the lead because the two cars ahead had another attack mode. He would have shuffled into the lead. Dennis would have probably finished 5th, 6th, something like that. And they would have gone into tomorrow only 12 points behind, or Cassidy would have gone 12 points behind. It absolutely would have been game on. And why they didn't make the phone call, and Buemi's radio that played out was pretty clear that he didn't get a phone call to say, you know, let Cassidy pass. So why that phone call was not made, we need to understand.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know what was going through their mind at the time. We're hoping there must have been some reason for it, but perhaps not. Anyway, let's go back to commentary.
Thank you very much, and we've taken this opportunity, as you might have noticed, to swap back to commentary box A. And I'm delighted to say that in the mix of that, because he didn't have anything else, literally, he was only commentating on NASCAR. What were you doing, actually, Josh T?
Legoing.
Yes. I've now been joined in the comms box by Josh T. Hello, Josh. Oh.
We have affected the repairs of the Tech Pro. This is a 5-minute warning.
Oh, wow. Formula E. And they've gone to an ad break. 5 minutes then until the race resumes. And this now becomes, I think, one of the first ever broadcasts where we've been in 2 different commentary boxes for one event. So, how was the F1 sprint, though, Josh T? I don't know it. I haven't seen it.
It was good. It was, well, it was Max Verstappen again. Surprise, surprise there, but it was a good F1 sprint race, and good to see Piastri second.
Piastri did get second. Fantastic. I haven't seen it.
And he did lead laps.
Ah, brilliant. I'm going to look forward to that then.
And...
Yes! Go on.
And Gasly got third.
Gasly P3. Oh, what a podium. Hello, Jess.
Hello. I'll be in the pits.
All right.
That's why I haven't got my camera on.
But, yeah, I suppose that red flag sort of saved our bacon. I was perfectly happy with doing the race up in the, combox, I think, A, B, C, B? No.
D.
B. Oh, yeah, combox B. So I was happy doing that. But the red flag sort of presented an opportunity to swap back into the commentary box, and I took it.
Yes.
May as well.
I won't spoil it too much, but there was a penalty that was given out, which me and Megan weren't happy with.
Yeah.
The Hamilton 5 seconds?
So,
yeah, I was watching.
Yes.
I saw it come up.
For some stupid reason.
Yeah, we both got annoyed because we both said it was Perez.
And everybody on Twitter everybody on X got annoyed, including me.
Including the LH Twitter fans as well? Or is this an instance where you actually agree with them?
No, I think there was a lot of people that agreed with us saying that Hamilton should have gotten that penalty. But there was a few that said, it was Lewis's fault. But most people agreed with us.
I mean, it was not Lewis's fault.
No, it wasn't, no.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Lewis's fault. It's just FIA just don't want to punish Red Bull.
2 seconds, just.
As it was at the red flag there.
It is confirmation that the drivers will be going out in exactly the same order that they came into the pit lane.
So this is the second red flag round in a row. Let's go down to Nikki in the pits.
Sorted. Ready to get back on track. We've literally got a couple of minutes. We'll see them all go out behind us. Jake Dennis has got to finish in third. So he's got 2 places to make up. Is it possible? What's going to happen? So much to discuss.
Yeah, I think he'll be starting 4th now because Rash has dropped back after the red flag. But anyway,
well,
all that to say, he's got to finish 3rd.
According to that, he was ahead of.
It's going to be
Dennis.
It's going to be a very stressful 4 laps. That's what we know. He's got. I was just saying to Chris, the front wing here. We've seen quite a few go in this race, and we know that's a race-ending problem around here. So whatever happens, he's got to keep his car intact and just take as many points as he can out of today. If he seals it today, great. But the worst thing he can do is have a non-score, and especially with Evans right up at the front.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's about not putting too much pressure on yourself in the last few laps.
Well, as Karin just said, it's about being sensible, but equally not realizing that he could win it with one move. Two moves, he could be world champion today. But equally, again, you're trying not to think about the magnitude of the situation. You're trying to focus on the ABC of what he needs to do to get around safely, pick up some decent points, and set himself up for tomorrow.
Rast and Verline under investigation for causing a collision is the latest info we've got.
How these drivers do it. Clearly, I am not an athlete, and there's a reason for that. Let's go back to commentary to watch the final few laps of the race.
Who's Josh T? Josh T. Been on the team now for 3 seasons.
Insane.
And Jess B's here as well.
Has it actually been that long? Wow.
21, 22, 23, 3rd season. Yeah.
Wow.
Tell you one thing though, I'll be glad when this day's over. We will have a standing start with 3 to go. So Formula E turns Formula 1. Yeah, I know. Interesting, isn't it? Go on,
We
Jess.
had a rolling start in obviously Formula 1. We're getting a standing start in Formula E.
Yeah, doubles as well. And as much as I love the backup...
Just stand by. We are on a delay. We are on a delay. Okay, we're on more of a delay. Stand by.
Red flag again,
So
then.
A bit of a delay there, but let's go over to Dario. We're going to chat with Michael Andretti.
Dario.
Actually, we're going to chat with Roger Griffiths.
I beg your pardon,
Andretti.
sorry.
Let's speak to Roger. Roger, it's Dario. What's the plan in this restart?
Yeah, it's quite exciting. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to finish 3rd. We know 2 cars ahead of us still have attack modes to be taken. We just need to make sure that we benefit from that. And obviously, we'll be seeking some cooperation from our friends from Porsche next door, just to ensure that we can close this up this evening, and then to go all out for them tomorrow as far as the team's championship goes.
Managed to keep the boss over your left shoulder calm.
Have you seen the replays?
Absolutely. Have a good one. Thank you, Roger.
So there's Roger Penske watching on, and I think as well, I interrupted you, Jess, with that one, so I'll hand back over to you.
What I was going to say anyway.
I can't remember either. It's one of those things. I'm mega excited for this. We had a red flag, of course, in Rome. That took over an hour. This is our 2nd red flag of the year, maybe 3rd. Something along those lines, anyway. But this is now the penultimate weekend. Now, the safety car's going to lead them around, which is going to be interesting. And then we'll come in and we'll have a standing start procedure. As far as we know, that's how races are now restarted. But it'll be lap 32, so lap 33, so 33, 34, 35, 36, 4-lap sprint to the end. And in 4 laps, Jake Dennis could be world champion. Yeah. Should be fun. Will be fun. Adam will be with us tomorrow, by the way, in the comms box. We just couldn't have anybody in at the moment. Look at this. Attack mode still left to go, though. Evans got to do 2. Boemi has got to do 6. Verline 2, Lotta 4. Now, Boemi doing 6 is going to put him out of position, which I think is interesting. Now, Bird in 7th has been pushed out in the timing town. I don't know why. Can't see a reason there.
Is Boemi going to have enough? Because he has to use all of it.
Yeah, he has to. So they have to activate it. They have to. Otherwise, they'll get a penalty.
They have to activate it when they come out of the pit. Like when. Oh no! Oh, I don't get it.
It's confusing me as well. But Omi's gone to ERC. That's what he's
Oh yeah,
just
he's singing ERC. I said I wasn't available for that, which I wasn't.
Neither was I.
So yeah.
Here's Boemi.
So Seb, when we get started, you know we're going to take attack immediately.
Yeah, he's got to do it, otherwise he won't do it. That means he's going to
He'll
start.
get disqualified otherwise.
That means he'll probably take on the outlap, which means he's going to start the race on attack mode. There's a lot of time wasted.
That's good. Well, he should have taken his attack mode earlier then.
Has Evans fallen asleep? He was in the same position in Rome Race 1. I'm sick of red flags and delays. Today's been full of them.
Oh, I swear to God, if Porsche has a delay tomorrow, I'm going to die.
Or touring cars.
Or touring cars, yeah. I'm only doing race 2 and race 3 for that, so.
Always have delay.
That's true.
It had a delay today.
Yes, I've got to
Every
catch
series has had a delay today.
You're right, they have.
F3, F2, F1, BCC, and now FE.
It's one of these days where you just got to go like, what is happening?
Yeah, because the Legends 6-lap race before the touring car qualifying, the Legends race started when qualifying for touring cars was meant to start, so we had to wait. Yeah, it was chaos.
There's one thing. Go on, Jess.
Is it going to be the same? How's the Formula E qualifying going to work tomorrow?
In about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
All right. 2 minutes
2
to
minutes.
go then until we're about to get action underway. And it is going to be a 4-lap dash to...
So, yeah, I think Tom Brooks should be commentating more often, because every time we get a double header in race 1, he's in there causing all the drama, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, Rast in there too. I'm ready for this day to be done, though. Go on.
Well, there's commentator curses in Superbikes as well, Josh.
Yes, yeah. He is, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, he did
adjustments to the end of the order. I would like all cars to begin entering the fast lane in the order as displayed on the timing monitors.
So that's
Please
Evans.
have all cars start entering the pit lane.
And that is different from the order
In the
you
order
see
that is on the
outside of
timing
your
monitor.
TV. We've got a different timing monitor.
Well, the timing, yeah, because the timing monitor we've got up here in the commentary box shows it as Evans, Boemi, DaCosta, Dennis, Nato. That's why they're going to now start moving, because Rast has been moved further back down the order because he had to go to the garage for debris. So this is why the order's going to change, because it's going to put DaCosta up there, Dennis, Nato, Bird, Van Dorn, and this is down in the pits with Karun and Nicky.
For these drivers to take on board, things are changing continually. Can you just explain to us what are the final procedures that's going to happen?
So the cars are all being lined up in the order that they came into the pits under the red flag conditions. René Rast had pulled aside, and that's where there's a bit of confusion over some of the timing pages, but he had pulled aside. We saw it and picked it up in commentary, so he's at the back. Now, the rule is, you can see Sergio set a camera here in the Neo car just behind us. He's still got a damaged front wing. Now, they weren't allowed to touch the car under park forming conditions unless they were given the authority to do so. Now, you see the car's being pulled out in order. He's still got the damaged wing. The mechanics are ready to go. When they get the go-ahead, they can then try and repair it, I guess. But you know, I think there's been a lot of confusion around that. There's been some delays, but the good news is we're going to be up and running in about a minute's time.
Excellent. So that means the good news is that we will ignore what we were saying about Jake Dennis starting from 5th. He will actually start from 4th.
Correct.
So ultimately, he just needs to do one more place to clinch the championship title, and both Mitch Evans and Sebastian Buemi ahead of him have to go through attack mode. Yes, of course, they get the extra energy, but they might drop back a place.
Yeah, exactly. So, but listen, in Formula E world, a 4-lap sprint is a very long time, so let's see how it plays out.
Well, on that note, I cannot wait to see what is about to unfold, and we will hopefully not catch up with you until the end of the race, potentially with a new champion on our hands. Let's go back to commentary.
Well then.
Yeah, that's not pressure at all, is it? The safety car is out, and the Formula E race resumes. For those of you watching the highlights, you're probably confused how I've ended up from one commentary box to another. The red flag, which has been out for around about 25 minutes, has enabled us to move back to the main com box after Formula 1 finished. And with me now is Josh T in the comms box, and Jess Ball is down in the pit lane for us as well. So the team back together. And Josh, Jess, in about 7 minutes or 8, we could have a new world champion.
Yes, we could. So we're back out on track. A new Formula E, well, FIA Formula E World Champion could be crowned today in London.
He's got to be more than 29 points ahead going into tomorrow, so 30 max, because Evans, who's leading the race and second in the title, has won more races this year than Jake Dennis. Evans is going to win 4, and Dennis has only won 2. So in the count back, he needs to go for 30 maximum. So the safety car is out. They're coming through the bottom half of the track. We've yet to have it confirmed whether it will be a it will be a rolling start. Verline jumps to the back, so they are not doing standing. It will not be a standing start. We will have a rolling start for 4 laps, which I think, Jess, is sensible. No need to do another standing with this late in the race.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision, to be honest, because otherwise it would have been more chaos than it needed to. And for my sake, I really hope that Dennis stays where he is, because then we could have a championship finale tomorrow. But if Dennis takes it today, it's well deserved. So no matter what happens, history will be made.
So no overtaking until the start-finish line, and because this is a restart, you can hold them as much as you like. Literally, it will be green flag, and the second part will be underway. Into the last 2 corners then of turns 19 and 20. And we are green flag once more here in London after the red flag with 4 laps to go. Evans leads, Buemi, Da Costa, Dennis, Nato, Bird, Van Dorn, Sete Camera, Mortara and Degrassi has the top 10 as they get through turn 1. Now Dennis, must stress, has got to be more than 30 points. So right now he stands at 25. Any more places up the field, he does it. Ideally, he needs to finish in second position. That's getting through Da Costa and getting through Buemi. So Buemi, we know he's going to drop back because he's got to take attack mode.
And Evans.
And Evans too. So this could really work out for Dennis if he stays with him.
It really could, and you can see there Da Costa's broken rear light, and Buemi engineer said he was. Let's hear from Evans.
Gap is only 1.5 and they go for it. Evans takes attack mode, so does Buemi. And crucially, Evans keeps the lead. Evans has kept the lead. That's not what Dennis wanted. That was a perfect run. And Buemi in second as well. Buemi's actually dropped back because Dennis is through. Buemi's got a problem. Buemi with a problem.
Let's go.
Evans keeps the lead and keeps the title hunt alive. Sebastian Buemi, once again this year. Added laps, it's 1. No, it's going to be a 37-lap race. It's 5 laps added. They did add them back due to the red flag. Look at that, 210 to 279. Yellow flag at turn 3. I think it's Buemi. He's dropped back massively. Buemi has got something in the wall. Oh, there's contact. I hear debris. Yellow flag, turn 3, nothing yet, but look at this, it's a 3-way fight.
It's team radio for Dennis.
Mate, we got the laps right, they're going really slow.
Well, they got told no added laps. There's no added laps, there's 1 more. So Dennis is on 17%, he's still got more usable energy. Yellow flag still at turn 3, and it's car 5, it's Hughes. Hughes is out of the race, and that could cause a safety car. Hughes is off the track. Yep. And that could be it. That could be it.
Yeah.
That could be Dennis champion.
That could be it, but look at 12th position. Mary's, he's only got 12% left.
It's not enough. It's not enough for Dennis to be champion in P3. He needs to get ahead of Mitch Evans. As things stand, Evans takes the 25 points. Dennis only takes 15, so it doesn't nullify the points. Yellow flag is out now. It turns red flag. We've got a red flag. The race is stopped again. What's that? Oh, huge crash! Huge crash. Bird again, and the track is blocked. Nato, Bird, Van Dorn, and a red flag again. Another multi-car pileup.
Goodness, it's an absolute car park. That's down at...
And that is on the entrance as well. The entire field is stopped. NATO's in the wall, so is Buemi. I told you there was something wrong with Buemi. And that is it. With the red flag out, we've actually got 2 laps left. The one we're on, 36-37, we could have another restart, but just like in the Indy 500, look at that, Buemi, Nato, Bird, everybody's involved, 4 down in an accident, and only the top 3 got through. Now, how did that happen? That's the top three. I said, watch out for Buemi because he was having issues. Buemi turns in, crashes into NATO. NATO's suspension's broke. Bird can't turn in. And then it's just a pile up behind. And the entire field gets written out. Red flag again. Oh, my God.
Well,
Errors.
I said with Omi about BTCC qualifying after the red flag, the BTCC pit lane is busier than the M25 rush hour. Well, it's busier than the M25 rush hour.
Right, it's a 37-lap race. We're going to have a restart with 2 to go. So it'll be a 1-lap shootout, I believe.
Is right.
Will they have enough energy?
I don't think they will. But Buemi's counting down. He's sat there ticking away. But the top 3 were the only ones to get through that mess. And they were about to get caught up in that mess. And the medical cars have gone out too. Let's hear from Dennis.
Am I going to get to this traffic jam and then stop, right? I'm guessing there's no way through. There's no way through.
Yeah.
There's no way through.
I'd be impressed if you can find.
Yeah, look, now they're all there. Welcome to
this from 4th down was going to be a lap down then.
Well, yeah, there must be. Welcome to the XL Centre. Parking is atrocious. And this is all Buemi again for the 2nd time today. Buemi needs to be banned. Why did he block? Well, why did NATO go for the move? And why did he just run into him? Buemi needs... Well, this is just stupid today. Absolutely stupid.
Buemi's been in some big accidents this year.
Yeah.
He has.
And Bird involved again with a multi-car crash. It was instant red flag as well. Instant.
Yeah.
I need food as well.
Was it Remy or Cassidy in the Rome big crash? Remy, right?
Buemi involved, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jess, this is ridiculous.
I've had enough of delays today.
Can we just race cleanly for once, please, guys? Come on.
It's not that hard.
Well, anyway, we are under red flag.
So I'm just replying to a text.
Again.
More. And we're gonna no doubt have multiple delays tomorrow as well. So.
Oh well, it's just.
Hey.
Oh, let's have him, Bird.
Just did some team radio.
Ridiculous from Seb. Ridiculous.
We're gonna go back to racing.
Well, we are. We've got to. We can't just call it off.
There's gonna be a 3-car race.
Well, who's actually out? That's what we need to see. Because some of them just stopped.
Yeah.
Didn't they? I reckon there's 11 cars. Oh look! Van Dorn's got damage. Mortara's got damage. Everyone's got damage. Race control.
All drivers stay in the cars under red flag again. Either in front of your garage
again.
or in your garage. All cars are coming to pit lane. This is going to be quick.
Formula E on.
Yeah, telling me they've gone to ad break. I tell you one thing though as well. This is just ridiculous that we've had red flag back to back. So they're going to have to reorganise the field again because, as Jess said, everybody else hasn't completed a lap, whereas the top 3 have. So does that mean they've got to send them round again, then pick up the leaders, and then that's going to get them? Oh, it's just so confusing. The red flags come out. We will restart on lap 36, and that'll be the end of the race, and then we go to the added lap.
Yeah. Yes.
I cannot work this out. Do you know? I'm so glad I swapped to the main commentary box. That's been perfect timing.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know how you did it, but he did it.
Well, the red flag came out, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just leave it on for a second and run downstairs. I got Josh T to start playing his audio, and I thought I hadn't done this, but I had. I'd set up the London EPrix streaming graphics last night. I can't even remember doing it, but I did. So everything was already set, so all I had to do was press start streaming. So past me was thinking something.
Remember, Jess, we are talking about Joshua Burtz himself.
Yeah, I'm running around doing everything. Megan was very happy to get her laptop back, though.
I think we're going to have to do the same tomorrow with all of us running about, won't we?
Yeah, my worry is, though, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think I'm on, obviously, everybody's got the systems ready. The only worry I am is that I miss nothing, really. If you think about it, tomorrow you've got Formula 3 and Formula 2. That's fine. Then you've got the Formula E practice. Well, that's just me doing some of it or Megan taking all of it again. No worries there. Then you've got Porsche Super Cup. Jess, you're doing that with Omi.
But you'll need to still send me the JSON file for that.
Yeah, but it's all already set up. So just send it to 1280, 1280 and 720p on the graphics end, and everything just perfect. 'Cause it's browser source now, so you don't have to do anything.
Oh, so I need to set my resolution to 1280 by 720 there.
Yes, and then it'll just pop in and work fine. So that's
okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's already set up. And then it's Touring Cars Race 1. If I can't do Touring Cars Race 1, Jess and Josh can do it. Because after the
If Porsche doesn't overrun.
Yes, and if not, then Josh T can handle it.
But Josh is streaming, and if it overruns, I can join him like halfway through or something.
Exactly, yeah. So we've got backup plans in place. Matthew Owens has taken USRN. He's streaming our commentary, so that's fine. And if Formula 1 can't overrun because that starts at 2 and it'll end at 4, but with the 3-hour window, it stops at 5, which means we'll get to do the Formula E race. So there's no direct clashes in the order, which is good. And Megan's laptop will be on backup anyway for Formula E, because I think that qualifying session ends 5 minutes before the start of F1. So Megan will finish the qualifying for Formula E,
How are you gonna do race 1 with FE qualifying on?
Because I'll do race 1 in this commentary box, and Megan does qualifying. Or Megan does.
Oh, so is she doing FE qualifying?
Yeah. We're a bit like today, just swapping it over.
Okay. Yeah. Like me and Josh got confused. It's like, are we streaming race 1 or are we not?
Well, if we go in a delay for anything, then yes, Josh would stream Touring Cars Race 1. I'm on about the fact that there's a backup for everything. We've all got backups.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not one thing that's wrong. Go on, Josh.
Yes, Josh.
Dennis, as it stands, he will be world champion. It's just come up on the TV pictures.
Wow.
The last few minutes, slightly more eventful for you
So
guys.
is he world champion?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, obviously, it's looking like we're going to restart again. I mean, we're not 100% certain.
No, I'm not.
Where people are going to line up, because we've effectively done one more lap than the rest of the field. So we just need to see how that plays out.
McLaren's rooting on for Jake Dennis. Oh no, it's Jake Hughes. Okay,
we're
that was earlier.
champions, but we got to get through it. I'm hoping Scott doesn't decide to do a standing start. Another rolling start, I think, would be nice at this stage. But let's see. I mean, some big races have been finished off. White, green flag finish, so let's see what happens.
I imagine you're trying your very hardest not to get ahead of yourself, you and the team, but I see that as an impossible task at this point, surely.
Yeah, I mean, if things finish where they are, then we're going to be super happy, but, we've all been there before. We've all been there when it's been so close and it's gone wrong.
So is he world
we're not
champion
gonna start
now with
celebrating
third?
until he's
Yes.
confirmed as a champion, and
That's
there's still
what I thought.
potentially 2 laps ahead of us to do that, and anything could happen, and we've seen what happened to Buemi in this last restart. Mitch is obviously compromised on energy. Antonio's got some kind of technical infraction. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, and I'm sure the drivers are, their heartbeat's got to be up through the roof. So yeah, hopefully calm minds prevail.
We'll find out in just a few laps.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roger.
I have no idea anymore, Jess. I've lost track. I think he is.
Confused.
What have we got left in terms
Let's
of energy?
listen.
Well, Sebastian Buemi, 19%. He's got the most out of anybody, and a good opportunity to try and use it.
But if you remember, Evans, Da Costa, Dennis did an extra lap compared to Buemi and all those behind him. So that's what they kind of have to equalise out right now, because clearly energy is absolutely critical to the 0.01%. So they're going to have to equalise that all out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, he'll send those guys, the people at the back, round again to form up behind the leaders. Evans, Da Costa, Dennis.
Yeah, so you can see then, lap 35 out of 36, 1 added lap on at the end of that one, so 2 racing or 3 racing laps effectively. But of course, if they do decide to do a rolling start, which we're anticipating again, why would you change it from what we had a couple of moments ago? That then removes another lap, so it's going to be 2 laps to the checkered flag, effectively.
Okay, attention all teams, this is race control. Due to the fact that we had 3 cars continue on, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask for car 9, car 13, and car 27 to stay in their pit boxes. I'm going to ask you to stay in their pit boxes. Car 9, car 13, and car 27.
Yeah. So that's Evans, DaCosta, and Dennis.
To line up in the order as on the timing screens and follow the safety car under a red flag condition to complete 1 lap. The safety car is then going to come into the pit lane, and I want car 9, 13, and 27 to then join the safety car in that order at the front of the field. And then we will continue the race via a rolling start behind the safety car.
So it will be a rolling start.
At this time, I would like all cars starting with car 16, car 16 to line up behind the safety car. Again, car 9, 27, and 13. Please stay in your pit box, and we will arrange you afterwards.
So
Lemmy, don't crash.
But that is...
Yeah, they've got to get their energy back, haven't they? So they've got to lose the energy that they've sort of kept because they were a lap down effectively. So that's cool red flag graphic in the XL Centre. The LEDs running around. So that's quite fun, actually. I like that. So the red flag is still out, but the safety car is going to go out with Buemi, Nato, Bird, Van Dorn, Seti Cameron, Mortara, Degrassi, Merry, Tictum, Gunther, Lotta, Rast, Verline, and Hughes. Do 1 more lap, come back in, and then pick up Evans, DaCosta, and Dennis. And this is the reason for the red flag on board with Nato. Oh, but yeah, that was Sebastian's fault. He just turned in on him. Buemi has been nothing but a disaster today. He has done everything possible to make sure Jake Dennis wins the title, not Nick Cassidy.
Well, he should have helped his teammate, not Dennis.
Go, go, go. Go on, Sebastian. Yep, it's red flag. You can go.
Faster. Come on.
Safety car stopped him now because he's going too slow. He's like, are you there? So this must be so annoying for Evans, DaCosta, and Dennis. Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. Be interesting to see the front wishbone.
So they don't know the order.
Bent.
They don't know the order. We know the order. We can see it. It's this one here on the timing screen that we keep looking at. But they're not going.
If he's got a bigger problem.
Oh, no.
But whatever it is,
Come on, you should be told. How about race director can tell them what order they go? Like which number? Race director knows.
Okay, so...
Car 17. Car 10.
Just listening here to Scott Elkins.
Car 3.
These are the drivers that are now making their way out onto the track.
48,
this is the order that Scott wants them in.
11.
Nato's missing his
33. 7. 36. 58. 94. 5. 1. 8.
Now, did you get that? Because that's his pin code.
Have you ever known a finish more dramatic and having more twists and turns in it than this in a Formula E season? And the thing is...
Well, yes, I've known finishes like this. Australia, Indy 500, now London. It just seems to be the new fashion, doesn't it? That we must end races just under green flag conditions. And it just seems that this is just getting chaos. Last lap restarts are not popular.
It's not.
Abu Dhabi screwed everything.
Yeah. It has.
I'm just looking as well. My phone, by the way, is at 29% battery. I've been in the commentary box, and I've been awake for, 12 hours now. And I've been in the commentary box for 10 hours. Scott Elkin.
Conditions 50K, and then we're going to enter the pit lane and allow the other 3 cars to blend in.
So 50K of energy, and NATO's still got no wing because they couldn't change it. Half the field don't have front wings. Basically, welcome to the XL Centre Formula E Demolition Derby Formula E Edition.
Wait, how are they allowed to race with no front wing?
Well, they couldn't change the anything under they can't touch the car under red flag conditions. So if they pushed it back into the garage, they would have had to start up at the back of the field. So they've just had to sort of leave it for 2 laps. So that's going to be a factor. The red flag's still out, but the cars are saying this is one of the most confusing ends to a Formula E race I've ever seen. Let's have a look at it. This is Buemi again. And he's just going to turn on him, Jess, isn't he? So this is silly. Han was always off the track there as well. Right, they've all gone out now. They've all gone out on the track. And it's still in the pits is Evans, DaCosta, Dennis. So we'll hold back and get going again. Oh, so much. NATO, of course, no power steering. So that front wishbone, the 2 drives going opposite directions, basically goes like that with the front wheel. Just cracks it in half. That's why I see the drivers take their hands off the wheel, because butterfly steering ricochets around so much and it can actually break your wrist quite aggressively. You've got to be careful. Always got to be careful as they come into it. There is race leader Evans, who has led the race since lap 12 when we were in the other commentary box. Now we're back in the main commentary box. I feel like I'm one of those stretch machines, just being pulled in every which way direction. And I should have been going out, and I'm glad we changed those plans, because I would have been very, very late. Honestly, that was not the best idea to plan that. Josh, sorry, I can't hear from Jess. Jess is probably doing something, I think. But Josh T, the race is going to restart just in a second, and now we've sort of gone like, well, what's going on here? Because they haven't come into the pit lane. They've all, now we have. So we're going to have Evans to Costa going in as well. So the top three are now join the field.
I would like to see car
Mitch Evans will
13
emerge
and 27
at the top. Then it will be Antonio Felix
Right.
in the Porsche, and then Jake Dennis. And that's how
Can I just say something? The race hasn't ticked over to lap 36. It's still on lap 35. So the clock has stopped, Josh. It hasn't completed that lap we were on.
I'm
and now
guessing
the safety
that's
car's out.
because they didn't go across the control line.
I'm not sure. The red flag has been lifted. The safety car once again has been deployed. So we will restart with 2 laps to go, despite the fact we should have restarted with 1 lap to go. Do you get what I mean? That's confusing. And I don't think anyone's got the energy for that in total. Half the field, half the field look like they've been in a fight outside a pub. Well, it's London, so what do you expect? South London as well with the XL. You can't write this race.
That is very true.
We've got another one tomorrow.
And what is in South London? Croydon. What and what do you do when you get to Croydon? Leave.
Aberdeen. That's where, Sarah Jane. Croydon's not so bad. Sarah lived there. South Croydon she lived in as well, but moved to Ealing.
Yes,
Right, here we go then. And look at this. Welcome to the Formula E disco. Left, right, left, right. Go again. Right tyre in, right tyre out. Wing in, wing off. And if you're Jake Dennis, shakes it all about. Jake Dennis has just been confirmed that if he finishes where he is, he will be world champion. Right, restart number 2. Rolling start once again for 2 more laps. The ABB FIA Formula E race goes green again in London. And as we head down to turn 1, Van Dorn's already dropped back numerous positions. So is Roberto Merri. They've dropped back massively to the back. I hope that's a timing error, as we hear from Dennis.
We just need our wits about us with Buemi, of course.
Yeah, don't make contact with Buemi and then you're fine. Buemi, though, could really help his teammate here. If Dennis scores no points, it will go down to a very dramatic last lap. And now we're going to have a battle as Evans versus Dennis as well. And they're coming to the battle in the middle half of the track. It's getting very chaotic coming through. Evans, Dennis and Evans to Costa. Dennis as they come into the chicane. They make it through. All nice and clean. According to the timing screen now, they've stopped, Josh. But they haven't.
Here we go. Keep it clean for Jake Dennis. He's got 10%. Evans has got 8%. So has DaCosta. Evans now 9%. But look at Buemi. He's got 14%. But Rast and Gunther are like 7 and 8. Mary's on 6.
Josh, look at the timing screen. We're still on lap 35, which means it was 3 laps to go. They halted the lap counter. So these laps they've been doing haven't counted towards the distance. Now it is lap 36 or 36, but there's an extra lap. So it is a 3-lap race. Everyone that we did hasn't counted. So that's insane.
That's weird, because at the start of the lap that they just finished, it said lap 36, but then it changed to lap 35.
And that's confusing.
We should be on the last lap now, but we're not. But Dennis, if he stays where he is, as it stands, he will be world champion. Just got to keep it clean, very close to the back. He wants to overtake DaCosta, but it's not needed.
I don't run out of energy.
That's true. It's been one of the craziest seasons we've ever had in Formula E. A whole new generation have had to get used to. We've had incredible racing as everybody's got to grips with the technology in Generation 3. We started the year with the Porsche powertrain being superior. They won the opening 4 races. Verline dominated, then Dennis as well between them. Jaguar broke that. They put up a charge, but it hasn't mattered. Whether or not we're going to have another lap, we don't know. The timing screen is saying it's the last one. Evans under pressure from Da Costa. Is the checkered flag there, or is it going to be a last lap?
Oh, Mitch is backing us up again.
Is it lap 37? Yeah,
This is
one
it.
added lap.
This is it. This is the last lap. We've got another race tomorrow, but they want to ride for the Constructors' Championship. Dennis could wrap up the Drivers' Championship right now. It's so hard to tell.
One final lap. Andretti could become Driver Championship with Jake Dennis. He has to stay third. Here he is.
A Brit is about to be an FIA World Champion for the first time since 2020 when Lewis Hamilton took it. It's going to be the first ever British champion in Formula E history, and it's going to be Jake Dennis who will take it for Andretti. Da Costa has been given a 3-minute time penalty for a technical infringement. That puts him out of the race, and that's Da Costa. That's second. Da Costa has been given the penalty, and that confirms Dennis as champion. It's all done. It doesn't matter. Evans will win. He's put on the charge, but Jake Dennis started the year in style, and his home race, Jake Dennis is the Season 9 FIA Formula E World Champion! He's done it! At home, the first ever British Formula E World Champion is crowned on the streets of London. Mitch Evans wins the first London EPrix, but Jake Dennis officially finishes in second place, and he is the Formula E Champion of the World!
World champions, baby!
He can't even know what to say! That was his engineer talking! Jake Dennis, Champion of the World! Michael Andretti celebrates. The Andretti name has been in Formula E since the very beginning. It's took them 3 generations to get a World Championship. They've done it now.
So hard. We had everything for it. But Jesus Christ, we are world champions, baby. World champions!
How are you feeling mentally? That was a roller coaster.
Hey, Jake, need to stop at Marshall Post 10, please. Collect the flag.
Flag at Marshall Points 10.
Wherever that is.
Incredible. It's amazing. Amazing. Can I do donuts?
Somewhere.
Yeah, go on.
Officially endorsed by Corinne Chandok.
Yeah, get the donuts on.
It's down at turn 16.
He's missed Marshall Points 10. He's missed Marshall Points 10. Da Costa on the last lap, getting a 3-minute time penalty. Setting cameras under investigation for the same thing, but that confirmed, as soon as Da Costa got the penalty, it confirmed Jake Dennis as ABB FIA Formula E World Champion.
Incredible.
Boys, the emotions I feel right now, oh my God.
He's done it. A British Formula E World Champion for the first ever time, and it took quite a long time to get there. But Jake Dennis is the Formula E World Champion, and tomorrow is all about the constructors, whether Andretti can wrap that up. It's going to be so much fun. But the big pressure is done. He knew he could wrap it up in race 1, and he's done it. World Champion.
Wow, we will have to see tomorrow if Andretti can get the Constructors' Championship. But Jake Dennis, he's done it. Here is Da Costa.
Oh, he doesn't know. It's Buemi on the podium. Buemi's on the podium. Buemi's on the...
Da Costa doesn't know.
He doesn't. It's Buemi on the podium. Do you know that scene, that meme where you've got the guy spraying the champagne, kissing the girl, biting the medal, and it's P3? That's Buemi, who is now going down to the final spot. That is Buemi.
Well, he was told, and Costa wasn't.
Yeah, but Buemi if you think about it, as the champion sparks fly for our champion and race winner, Mitch Evans wins his 5th race of the year, by the way. Well done to him, dominating nearly half the season. But if you think about it, Buemi in this race cost his teammate the World Championship, caused 2 red flags, and still finishes 3rd.
The last 8 races.
There's no other driver deserves that more than you, mate. What an absolute stellar year. Stellar year. And to top it off another podium.
Yeah, don't hit the commentary box, whatever you do. It's just behind those barriers.
And Dennis went to go and pull into 1st position, but then realised he didn't win the race. He won the World Championship.
Oh, what a day. And Gunther's been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That drops him from 10th to 14th.
Wow.
I can hear the commentary, but can't hear the commentary as well. Jake Dennis, world champion! Andretti are world champions with him as drivers. Can they clinch the teams tomorrow? That's the big challenge. But a driver's championship for Andretti. I think the last time Andretti won a championship was Dario Franchitti winning it. Or was that with Chim Ganassi? I can't remember. There he is. A world champion, a new world champion, a British world champion at the British EPrix. He's done it at home. And we won't hear the British national anthem for him. But he will get that famous Julius Baer World Champions trophy.
Let's hope he wins tomorrow.
I hope it, well, he has a good record.
Literally
He won
just
last
about
year
to
here,
say.
remember?
Yeah, was literally just about to say, imagine if he wins tomorrow.
Well, Dennis has won both race 2s we've held here at the XL. He won in 2021 and he won in 2022. So the chance of him winning now is very, very high. Or is it 2020? Because we didn't race... Oh, when was that? When did we race here?
We did race here last year, yeah.
Yeah, we raced here last year. Did we race here the year before, though?
Yeah.
Did we race here 2019 as well? And then didn't race here 2020, just COVID?
No, I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It's so confusing.
I know we raced here 2021, 2022.
Yeah. But Dennis has won race 2s here before, so he can go out tomorrow.
Yes.
No, there's no pressure and go for it. Should we hear from our new world champion? Because he's going to be speaking to a former IndyCar champion and 2-time Indianapolis 500 champion, Dario Franchitti. He's going to take his helmet off, and Dario's going to get a word from him. A new world champion in Formula E to join that of Nelson Piquet, Sebastian Buemi, Lucas de Grassi, Jean-Eric Verne, Antonio Felix da Costa, and then also Nick de Vries in there with Stoffel van Dorn. Now it's Jake Dennis.
Jake Dennis, world champion. I am a loss for words, honestly. It means so much to me. The boys standing out there, that had everything thrown at us, honestly. It felt like everyone was racing against us, but Jesus Christ, we've just become world champion, and I am so happy for myself, the team, and everyone. We deserved it so much.
Tell me something about this journey that you've been on, because I've watched you from driving GT cars just a few years ago, and now you're a Formula E world champion.
I know. I only joined the championship 3 years ago, and we almost went in our rookie year, but now to come back and properly have the year what we've had, you know, break all the podium records, and to become world champion is just mind-blowing. I mean, I really didn't think it coming into this year, and full credit to my boys. I mean, I love them so much, and they've given me an absolute rocket ship all year, and this is the least I could do for them.
And at your home race with this amazing crowd.
I mean, I know I could hear the fans as well, and it's just absolutely incredible to share them with me. My mum's out there somewhere, and it's incredible for her. And yeah, I mean, world champion, I am just amazed.
Ever so impressed. Well done, Jake. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
It's 20-7. This race has ended at 20-7. It started at 5:05. 1 hour, 46 minutes. It is the second longest Formula E race in history. What has happened? And then I missed the sprint as well. I did what? A lap of the F1 sprint? Maybe 2? And I've got to watch the rest of that.
You did half a lap, I think. Or was it longer?
Oh my God. I did a full lap. I know that because Verstappen came back into the pits. Then I left.
I enjoyed commentating with Megan. That was really fun.
I suppose it's a demo one. To be honest with you, I'm not as bothered about missing a sprint race as I would be missing a main Grand Prix. I was right to prioritise Formula E.
I mean,
You were
it's
right.
just a sprint race. I
Yeah.
mean,
But at least
even
we
Piastri
won't have any
doesn't know
clash
what
tomorrow
to
because it's
call
got to end by 5 o'clock anyway.
Yes, which means just a quick changeover. Let's hear it from our race winner, though, Mitch Evans, with Dario. Boom.
Mitch Evans, they talk about controlling the controllables. You did exactly that, did everything you could do. You won that race in fantastic style. So much drama. How do you kind of analyse that?
Yeah, it's hard to know where to start, but I just want to take a moment to congratulate Jake on the World Championship. Yeah, it's hard for me. Obviously, I feel for Nick as well. I'm not sure what happened with him. Obviously, come here to try and fight for the championship to the second day, and unfortunately, we did all we could, but it wasn't enough. My mistake in Rome hurts even more now, but is what it is. Jake deserved it, Nick as well, and I think we did all we could in the end. So yeah, a chaotic race. I was very aggressive when it counted. It paid off, and yeah, obviously it was a few stoppages, but I was able to keep my composure and get the job done.
Obviously, there's another race tomorrow as well. You talk about keeping composure. How tough is it to do that? At what point will you kind of look back at the season and say there are certain learnings there, maybe disappointments?
Yeah, I mean, for tomorrow, look, everyone's going to make a jump, so we're going to have to, make a step. Obviously, today we're the benchmark, but I think it's very, very tight. The envisions are very quick, and so the Andretti. So, yeah, obviously now it's more for like a team championship fight. But yeah, I think we're leading now the team, so hopefully we can stay there for tomorrow.
You're a clutch performer, mate. We'll see you when you go tomorrow.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
I thought he was going to clear, and he never cleared. I was just stuck there.
Great to hear from Mitch Evans there, congratulating Jake Dennis on his championship. And so often has Evans been the bridesmaid, but never the bride, and sadly it proves to be the case once again for a third season in succession.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate again. I do feel sorry for him. I really do. For Mitch Evans, he's got to win one. But the guy who my heart goes out to most today is Nick Cassidy. He was screwed over by his own teammate, and he's leaving the team. So, to go to Jaguar, so to replace Sam Bird. But I think Buemi might be fired as well. Let's hear from Buemi though. He finishes third.
Buemi, it was a race that had pretty much everything in. I spoke to you ahead of the race, and you were talking about being a team player. In the end, you had an opportunity to almost go for the win. How do you assess that race?
Yeah, I think we played it very well at the beginning with Nick. Obviously, I was trying to make a gap for him to take the attack, and he did take it well. Unfortunately, then, yeah, we had that contact. Really unfortunate, and I couldn't take the attack, so I had a 6-minute attack still to take. And clearly, yeah, that was a big issue for us because we didn't have enough race distance to go still to make sure we would consume the 6 minutes. In the end, with the red flag, it helped us. So, yeah, kind of happy to salvage a few points, but obviously disappointed because I think today could have been a much better day.
There was frustration all round. You could hear that on team radio. You could see it in the garage as well. Were you told to let Cassidy through at that point?
No, and I was obviously ready to do so, but at that point I was not, so I was ready to do so at any point, but there I was not told anything, so clearly we need to review and see what we can improve for tomorrow.
And tomorrow's a big day for yourselves, big team points, potentially win the team championship. Good luck for them.
Yeah, we'll do the best we can tomorrow.
Thank you.
I don't know what Sebastian's thinking right there. He's had quite a crazy race. All he had to do was help Cassidy, and he's cost him the World Championship. Cassidy was furious as well. I don't know if anybody saw about the cameraman. He didn't want to be there. Let's go down to Michael Andretti. He's with Nikki.
First teams to sign up to Formula E, but just describe this moment, having a Formula E World Championship in your pocket now.
It was insane. I mean, I think that just basically explains what Formula E is all about. Just never know all the way until the last lap. Even those last 2 laps, we were just holding our breaths. It was just crazy. I can't thank the team hanging in there all these years to finally get up on the top of the podium for the championship. And I want to thank Porsche. Their powertrain was fantastic. We've been competitive all year with it, and also our sponsor Avalanche and everybody else. But all the crew. I mean, they worked their butts off, and they really deserve this win.
Absolutely. Huge congratulations to you and the team, Oliver. I'm sure you got something to say to your old boss.
Of course. First of all, congratulations. I had the pleasure of racing for you last year. I know how good this team is, how good the people within the team are. What does this mean for this organization?
It's so big. I can't tell you because it's been a long time. We've had some tough seasons, and our guys just hung in there and just kept working harder and harder. And you know, you see, like you said, that we got the best guys on our team. We got a great organization, and they all deserve it.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, Michael, huge congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations. I know we'll be back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Because there's still the team's championship. But for now, let's go to the podium celebration.
Podium time then is underway, and that is 100% what we like to see. And this incredible racing season is going to be absolutely brilliant. I really can't wait to see what's going to be next. Sebastian Buemi in third. So all looking good, but really that race for him coulda, shoulda, woulda been better if he tried again. Second place. Season 1 it was PK, Season 2 Buemi, Season 3 it went to Degrassi, Season 4 and 5 for Jean-Eric Verne, Season 6 to Costa, Season 7 to Vries, Season 8 was Van Dorn, but your Season 9 ABB FIA Formula E World Champion is Jake Dennis. He's the champion. 213 points. Mitch Evans 179. He lost the fastest lap to Lotterer on the last lap. Hello to Smiley Brand. Hello again, watching on. Prima says Abu Dhabi 2021 vibes. It was at the end. But another race win this year. Jake Dennis may be the champion, but Mitch Evans once again does a brilliant race win. Absolutely fantastic. And we will hear once again this year the national anthem of New Zealand. 2 points in the Constructors' Championship between Jaguar and Envision. Andretti could still mathematically clinch it. There's 4 teams in the hunt for that. But here is the New Zealand national anthem. Fantastic! And now the British national anthem for Jaguar. And really, Jake Dennis. What a race! The British national anthem out there too. It's been one of those days. And we've got another one of those days tomorrow as well. In ABB FIA Formula E, we'll confirm the results and get the thoughts of Jess and Josh shortly after, who only admittedly watched half the race. And I didn't even see the F1 sprint, so I've got to go have my tea and re-watch that and see the end of it. Which is going to be very weird for me. Not, experiencing for the first time. But I already know. There's Jaguar Constructors. I was there for 40 minutes. But then the delay cost me, so yeah. Is Jake champ? Yes, he is, Richie. Gavin says, what a morning, still a happy Kiwi. The call on both races was brilliant, thanks. Oh, thank you, Gavin, and I'm sure thank you, Jess, as well. Megan covering the other 2 races with Josh and Omi in the pits. Mega thanks to you all for your help, and continue to up tomorrow. Although I've got to get... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, the avalanche of fans on the comes down onto the track for the post-race celebrations to celebrate. Well, the Avalanche Andretti World Champion, and here is
Jake Dennis.
Second place.
Well, Boemi was third. He got his trophy. Dennis gets his second place trophy. He will be presented with the FIA World Championship trophy either today or tomorrow with a special ceremony. Mike Fries, the CEO of Liberty Global, that's the man behind Formula One and Liberty Media, presents Mitch Evans with P1's trophy. Yeah, by the way, if you ever wanted, that's the man behind Liberty Media. Liberty Global, division of Liberty Media. And Charles Elliott, the superfan, will present the Moët bottle of champagne to Mitch Evans, our race winner today. It is a Magnum. And at one of the most crazy races I think I've ever seen in Formula E, it's champagne time! The retractable streamers get released. The cleanup begins ahead of tomorrow. The last racing day of the season for FIA Formula E is tomorrow, but with a new world champion crowned. Jake Dennis is victorious here in London. What a race. I feel like Evans is going to be forgot that he's won the race. Dennis has won the championship.
What a race indeed.
And we started in one com box, finished in the other. First time we've done that. Mary's got a 10-second time penalty added as well as they come into it. Can't even hear Nikki over everything. So let's get the thoughts of what happened. Let's take a look at the results first of all and confirm them to you. Mitch Evans is victorious. Jake Dennis is victorious. He's the world champion. Sebastian Buemi rounds up the podium, followed then by Sam Bird in third. Sam Bird's fourth. Sergio Santacamera is fifth. Eduardo Mortara sixth. Lucas de Grassi is seventh. Then we go as well. 8th for Dan Ticktum, 9th for Norman Nato, 10th for Pascal Verlaine. Jake Hughes is 11th, Stoffel Van Dorn 12th, Max Gunther is 13th, Andre Lotto 14th, Rene Rast 15th, Roberto Meri 16th, Antonio Costa is 17th. Out of the race, Franistras, Katstein, Muller, Vernon Frines. The first ever Formula E race to feature 2 red flags and 5 start procedures. Josh T, let's get your closing thoughts on today's race.
Well, you were spot on, Josh, that I only saw the final half of it after the F1 sprint, but what I saw, it was chaos as usual. Sometimes FIA Formula E is more chaos than F2, F3, touring cars and NASCAR, which is saying something.
Rich is going, what did I hear? 5 start procedures. Yeah, we had the standing start, then we had safety car restart 1, then we had safety car restart 2, followed then by the second and third procedures of that, so 5 starts in total in that race. Jess, what did you make of it? And this has been a crazy day.
It has been a crazy day, but Dennis, really happy that he's won the title. Well, really strong season from him, and I can't wait to see if he can do it all over again in season 10. But we've got one more race tomorrow, and the constructors still to be decided.
Yep, 4 teams in the hunt for that as well. My thanks to Jess, my thanks to Jess and Josh, and to Megan as well for doing the streams today. We will be back tomorrow with hopefully all hands on deck. Adam will be with us as well. The last Formula E race of the year will be coming up tomorrow across 7 months. We've already crowned a world champion. Congratulations to Mitch Evans on winning the race, but congratulations to Jake Dennis, your Season 9 ABB FIA Formula E world champion. We'll see you tomorrow for the final round of Season 9. Bye-bye.